sit in the corner and shook my shit. Now I'm gonna give y'all another hit.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pep Talk. I am your host, Pepper Braxton, and I am here with another special guest.
Because we got a lot of shit to talk about.
We do.
So
I'm a girl. Just blow my shit out. Fuck me, nail me to the cross, put me in the mattress.
I didn't lose my virginity to a guy until I moved to Atlanta.
Are you into feet play?
yes.
You are! Yes. So,
Say bumping purses or something.
I've dated a bottom before. How did that work? How much is
You need to fuck me every night.
every night? But
Every
thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pep Talk. I'm your host, Pepper Braxton. I'm here with a special guest, JaiFoxx. Do you want to be JaiFoxx or 85K?
I'm both. I'm three people. I'm my government, JaiFoxx, and 85K.
Who calls you your government name?
Close family and friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who calls you 85?
You want me to explain to you all three?
Yeah, I want you to tell me the different personalities. Let's dig in. Let's go.
JaiFoxx is work,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know what I'm saying? That's work. 85, that's me socially outside. You know what I'm saying? That's what people know me by outside if they don't know me from work. And then my government.
And work is?
I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
That wasn't the answer I thought you were going to
What
say.
you thought I was going to say?
A content creator.
That too.
Okay.
I'm all in one.
Okay.
You know? 2 for 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 1 special.
Okay.
But in my government, I ain't gonna say it, it's federal. Close family and friends know that. You know my government, right?
No.
Yes, you do.
No,
Start
I
with a
don't.
J.
I do not know your government name.
You lying.
You told me your government name before? You about to go through the text messages?
No.
I did not know that.
So what you been calling me?
85?
Oh. Well, yeah, that's that. But close family and friends.
So where did you get the name 85 from?
It's a really dumb story. All right, I was in school, right? And you know, every mom big on their kids with grades.
Mhm.
So I never really got like straight A's, but like I used to get 80s a lot on tests. So I was like, 80 became my favorite number because I used to get 80 on the test. I'm like, ooh, that's good. Like I passed, whatever the case may be. But it was this guy on Instagram. His name was 55K Gold. I'm like, that's hot. But I'm like, I don't want to steal his stuff. But then he changed it. And then I was like, I'm going to just change mine. But 80 don't sound right. Then I just added the 5. Literally, that's it. And then I've been that ever since. But to me, it was just like a vanity title. But then living in Atlanta, because I'm from Jersey. So living out here, I didn't realize nobody goes by their government name.
Yeah.
It's very few people that go by their government name.
Yeah.
So when I was new on the scene, people was just, since they didn't know my name, they was just saying 85 or 85K. And then when I got big on work, then they started calling me that. But most people that know me, like since before that, they just call me 85.
I like that you say work.
It is work,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Are you manifesting marriage?
Yeah, but not right now.
You have this big ring on your
Oh.
finger. On your ring finger.
This old news.
Why is it on the ring finger though?
Because I like it. It was made for this finger. Somebody gave this to me.
Okay.
But they don't got nothing to do nothing. But yeah, that's where it really came from. But even close friends, they call me by my government. I have no problem with that. But people that's like on the street, it's just 85. Or people that just know me from work is the work name, as you so eloquently put it.
So how are you mentally? That's the question I ask all of my guests when they come on.
Today or in general?
Period. Whatever you want to share.
I have my days.
Mhm.
I have my dark days. I have my good days. Everybody else, I go through emotions like everybody else. But right now I'm good. I just moved again.
You're in the city now because you were far out.
Yeah, I moved. I've been in Atlanta 5 years.
You going to, come on, you skipping topic. Let me run the show, baby. Don't be saying how long you was here. I'm
No, I was
gonna
about to
ask
say how
that.
many times I moved.
How many times have you moved?
I've been here 5 years. This is my 9th or 10th time. So I can tell you the cities, but I don't know if you care. But this is my 9th ninth time moving, 10th time moving. This is my third time in 1 year though. That's a new record.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Last year I moved in March. Then I moved in July, and then I just moved in March again. But I moved before it made a year, so this is my third time in 1 year.
Is there a reason why you moving all these times?
A couple of those times was like mandatory, but this past time it was just because I like new stuff.
It seems very fraudulent.
No, I don't do anything fraud.
What do you need?
I could file my taxes on my work.
What do you need right now to make you happy?
I really think I need a good therapist to make me happy. For real. Because we all need somebody to talk to.
Right.
But you could talk to your homie, your sister, your brother.
No,
but you
it's
need
not
a
the same.
professional.
Yes.
Somebody who's trained to deal with you and somebody you need to build a rapport with and a relationship with that doesn't know anything about you, that can give you the proper tools that you can use to better your life on your day-to-day.
I seek therapy in the past, and it's changed my life.
Therapy
got me through a really traumatic situation, and it helped me with how I viewed myself.
You still in therapy?
No, but if I could be, I still would be.
Go back?
Yeah.
I never been.
It's a beautiful thing. It's very, very beautiful. You already let us know you're from Jersey, but how old are you?
27.
Are you?
I just turned 27 March 9th.
Damn. Okay.
March 9th, 1998, right here on my neck. Everybody say I look 23, 24.
You do.
I'm 27.
How was it growing up in Jersey? Did you have siblings?
Yeah, It was normal. I had a pretty normal childhood. It was fun. Like I had memories with both my parents staying together, but my dad had other children, my mom had other children. I'm the oldest on his side, second on my mom. But I had a normal childhood pretty much. I was bullied and stuff. Can I curse?
Yes.
I was bullied and shit, but other than that, it was pretty normal.
Were you out in Jersey?
No, I really didn't start liking guys until late middle school. But everybody always suspected because my voice was high and I had hair down my back. Middle school and stuff, I was just like, nah. Like I really did like girls, but then like I noticed in middle school, I'm kind of enjoying changing in the locker room. This is a little weird. You know what I'm saying? And then in high school, I never messed with nobody in high school. Like nobody in high school because they was like, I ain't know, like I couldn't tell who was a DL guy. Like if I don't have the brand I have now that I had in high school. Because if I did, it would be a whole different situation. But no, I don't. I'm not gonna say I was out when I did start liking dudes. I feel like my family, friends, everybody knew. It was just one of those things. Like we gonna wait till he ready, and still to this day, I never was like I like guys. They just knew.
So you never had a coming out story?
No, I really haven't because it's like everybody knew. They was just waiting on Quay to. Oh, I said the government. You have to cut that out. They was waiting on me to be comfortable to just. Then when I moved down here, not a red flag, but a rainbow flag. And that's when like everybody like knew.
So have you ever been intimate with a woman?
Oh yeah. I've been to 5 women. 6. One was a trans man. I don't know if you're gonna
No, that do not count, but
so
interesting.
5.
That's interesting.
5 women.
So one would assume that you like it.
Yeah, I do like it.
So are you bisexual or gay?
I could say bisexual, but to me, like, if you gay, you gay. I would say I'm bisexual, but I would dabble with a woman, but a certain type of woman.
So you gay but freaky?
I mean, just because you like cat don't mean you freaky, because that's normal.
Is it?
Yeah, it's normal to
it's
like.
It's not normal for gay men to like.
It is
vagina.
It's a lot of gay men with kids. It's a lot of gay men.
It's a lot of gay men with kids because they had to live that lifestyle before they actually decided to be gay.
Yeah, that's true. But I also know a lot of gay men that were gay when they made those children. But like sometimes they dabble. Like I'll mess with a woman right now. I don't. It got to be a certain type of woman. Like,
what's the type?
Gotta be like a stud or something.
So you like manly women?
Not manly. Let me
like trans men. You like trans men?
Yeah, but can I give you an example?
Okay.
Let me think of somebody. Who a little tomboyish.
Okay.
Like Coyle Ray. That's a girl I would knock off because she don't.
A tomboy.
She don't give me super girly girl. You know what I'm saying? Let me think of one more.
You give me her. You remind me of her. Now that you just said that, yeah. So how did you get to Atlanta?
On a plane.
What made you come to Atlanta?
So like years ago, you want a little backstory?
Yeah.
Okay, so years ago,
The
like,
people want to know.
years ago, my family had came here for like, we really went to Alabama because that's where my, I won't say ancestors, but great grandparents from.
Mhm.
So then from there, we came to Atlanta because my aunt was here, so we all stayed at her house, and I was just like, this cool. And that's when I had like met some guys and stuff out here. So then I flew back home, and I was like, I think I want to go out there for a week just to chill. So then I came back out here for a week, like maybe some months later, maybe a year later. I don't know, it was some years ago, but I came out here for a week. It was chill. I met some more guys, just friends, not even friends, just people just to meet. Like, you know, went out, whatever. And then I flew back to Jersey. So then, like, I got an older brother. Don't like him, can't stand him, don't get along with him, none of that. We kept having.
You don't like your brother or your mama?
I don't.
We're gonna get into that. Keep going.
So it was just friction after friction after friction. And it was just like, I had already graduated. I was like 20, 21. My brother was like, we 15 months apart. So he was like either 21 or 22. And I'm like, this shit ain't getting no better. Like, I can't keep dealing with this shit. So I had told him, I was like, you know, I just wish I could come down there because like I'm stressed out. But she had a house at the time when we visited, but she downsized because my cousin, her son, went to college.
Mhm.
So she got a smaller place. I was like, I know you don't got no room. But I have that type of family, most of them bitches, some of them who would be like her, she's one of them who was like, oh, you know what, make it work, you my family. And I came down here, then I stayed, I'm not gonna lie, I came down here for 3 weeks and I tried, and I was like, nah, this ain't it. So then I went back to Jersey. And then I was like, I'm still not happy. So then I came back here. And then I went back to Jersey. That last time I went back to Jersey, it got worse. So I was like, yeah, you're not about to do this. Like, this is no stability. You're not about to keep doing this. So you're gonna go back down there, you're gonna figure it out, you're gonna stay with her, you're gonna get a job, you're gonna start your own life. And that's what I did. And I've been here ever since. And that was in 2019, 2020.
Why don't you like your mother?
I don't like my mom because she fell short. She has fallen short as a parent within the past. I would say my junior year of high school, I noticed a change in her. She fell short as a parent, and I don't like that she fell short as a parent. And ain't no book to parenting, and that's the first thing they want to yell. But I don't take a rocket science to parent. It's just certain shit you do and don't do, and say and don't say to your children. And I'm not going for none of that shit. Same with my father. It's just not happening.
Do you think there's a path forward for you and your mother, like where you can come to contention? Because me, myself, I had two different sides of my mother. Like, I have, as you noticed, you asked me why was I shaking, and I told you because I have an anxiety disorder. I have an anxiety disorder because I've been through a lot of traumatic things in my life due to my mother. And while that has like fucked me mentally, and I have this disorder, and I have went through a lot of stuff with my mother, where I have told her flat out, like, you were not the best parent, and you put me through a lot of shit that's fucked me up.
You're still not close?
Me and my mother are extremely close, but what I'm telling you is there's a lot of things that she fell short in that I have told her and that we had to go over a lot of times. But there were a lot of things.
Did she own it?
Yes.
That's the difference.
Okay, so your mother doesn't own it.
She takes no accountability.
Okay.
I could call her right now. It's raining outside. You didn't give me an umbrella, that's why I'm wet. That's not my fault. Okay. She does shit like that.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's not even a sorry. It's just one of the things. Oh, to answer your question, if she got help, I'm one of those type of people. It's never too late to do the right thing unless somebody did. Like, if my mother stopped her drinking, got help, and just like seek therapy, not seek, sought, I don't know, whatever.
Seek, sought, same thing.
If she looked for help in the area she needs help in, then, and I see a change, only way I can see a change is through my siblings. If they telling me, oh, she's changed, you know, she ain't doing this, she ain't doing that, I'm open to a conversation. But black families just always got this stipulation, we're family. What the fuck do that mean? That is a word. Where's the action behind it?
We are at a point of time where I would say my generation, because you're younger than me, and then like it's trickling down. We are changing these barriers and these generational curses of the black family. And it is, for some people, it is hard that we are telling them, like, no, just because your family went through it for generation to generation, don't make the shit right.
I look at it like this. I don't know how old is your mother?
My mother is touching 50.
Okay, so around that, my mother was born, I think in the 80s. So 70s, 80s, 60s, anything before that, that whole generation,
They were fucked.
whenever somebody says this, it was zip. This ain't that.
Yeah, I think now we speak up.
Because guess what? Now I got something to say to what you got to say. And as soon as my mother could
Don't disrespect me.
My mother could say whatever she wanted me. I could be like, well, I don't agree with this, and I feel like this, and that. Y'all so disrespectful. You've yet to begin to see disrespect. I'm just telling you how I feel. And if you're taking that as disrespect, I can't help.
My mother was a gentle parent. See, like if she said something, the type of person I am, it's really hard for me to hold my tongue. As I got older, sometimes now I just be like, okay, do you need to say this?
I learned to pick and choose.
Yeah, I pick and choose. But when I was younger, it was bad. And so my mother would do stuff to me, and I probably wouldn't do it in a moment, but I would come back and tell her, like, you remember what happened the other day? I didn't like that. And this is how I felt when that. And she would listen to it.
Oh, I don't get that.
And we would change.
Oh, we didn't get that.
Yeah. So when was your last relationship and how did it end?
Can I get a last situationship?
Sure.
I just did a story time about this. I don't know if you watched it.
I didn't see it.
I was dating this boy. I didn't know he had a boyfriend. And long story short, my windows got shot out in my car.
The Audi?
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't know. So we messed around for a few months, but listen, I'm very aware. I'm not dumb. I'm not slow. I'm very aware. I'm very attentive. I'm very observant. So I know what was going on. I know when you.
What you mean you knew what was going on?
Meaning, like after I found out you had a dude,
you stay with him.
When you're not with me, I know you with him.
Okay.
But it was one of those things like we not in a relationship. We just chilling, we having fun, and it's light. I'm keeping it real light with you. Do I like you? Yeah. Do I care about you? I've grown to care about you. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I know you telling me one thing and you telling him another. Why? Because you're a nigga just like I'm a nigga. I'm not dumb. So you can tell me one thing. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. You lied to me. That's it. Now I'm not gonna say you lying about everything you say, but I'm certainly questioning everything you say. So everything after that is fair game. Long story short, he spent time with me, and then when he wasn't with me, he was dealing with him, and then when he was with me, cool. I don't really care because you're not mine. We're not together. None of that. So fast forward recently, I mean last week, he was at my house.
You are messy.
I'm not messy.
Keep going.
He was at my house. I took a picture of him. I posted it on my story.
Messy!
On accident.
How do you post a story on? It's a lot of steps to post a story.
I took a picture of him on Instagram. He threw the pillow at me. When he threw the pillow at me, it hit my arm and it posted. It sounds fishy, but
girl,
ironically, the dude was the first person to watch it.
You messy.
So he start texting him, oh, you messing with him, da, 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 da. So I'm like, well, if y'all not together, why he blowing you up like this? Oh, da, 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 da. I was already about to take him home. So now, once again, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. When the last time y'all dealt with each other? Like, just tell me. He laughing. I said, oh, you think it's funny? Get the fuck out my car. Get out my car. Get out my car. I said, and send me his number. He gave me his number prior to me kicking him out. I said, I'm about to call him because there's no reason for him and I to get into it over you. Because you're playing both sides. The difference is I know you playing both sides. He don't. I kicked him out of my car. I called him. I said, what's your first thing I said on my mouth? Because I always pride myself on I'm never going to argue over no nigga. I ain't fighting over no nigga. That's the first thing I said. Look, I'm not calling to fight with you over him. I'm not calling you to argue over him. What's your issue with me? Because I don't know if you knew in the beginning. I didn't know shit about you. I really didn't. I found out about you afterwards. And then, long story short, we had a conversation, and
he still shot out your window?
No, that was before. That was before. He did that before. Okay, we moving on. So I talked to him. We basically just had a good conversation. It was basically like, oh yeah, he been saying this to me, saying this to you. I said, yeah, but what I'm trying to get you to understand, with the problem with everybody, y'all want to attack the third party, attack the person you laying with. Okay, granted, if I knew him was shaking his hand, saying what's up to him and sleeping with his dude, that's different. I didn't know him, never met him, never seen him, never did. Therefore, you.
So how did he know to bust your windows out?
I'm about to get there. Long story short, the dude, when he first started being around me, he called somebody that he had a mutual friend and told him like, "Oh, he's with me." So I ain't gonna say who did it, but long story short, somebody gave him where I lived, mind you, because like I said, I didn't know him. I didn't know how he knew where I lived. I went through their messages. He never sent him my address, and he came and he did that. So somebody on their side told him where I was because they had the boy's location. He was at my house. That's how he knew, and he told me.
Oh
this is
my
who
God.
told me. I said, okay, cool, but we talked and it was good, and it was just basically like on some shit. Like in my head, I'm like, they've been messing around for a while, like 2 years or something like that. I said, listen, I'm removing myself from this. I'm too old for this shit. If you want to continue doing him, that's cool. That's your business, but you ain't got to worry about me, because I already knew in my head when I'm gone, it's just gonna be another me and another me and another me, and y'all gonna keep going through the motions until y'all decide to end it. But that's not for me to decide. That's up to y'all.
This is messy.
Cause I'm saved. I read the word. I don't know about y'all.
This is messy, and I want to get into another situation because you might just be messy. I'm finna give the
Go
audience
ahead.
some tea. Because me and you tried to date.
No, we did not try to date.
What did we try
I
to
tried
do?
to date you, and you shunned me.
Touche. But before we were trying to do whatever we were trying to do, you had let me know that you had slept with one of my friends in my home, in my bed.
My bitch a press a cut, little demon in the cut. You mean? Go raiding at the church.
I didn't. Was it in your bed? Okay. Well,
Yes, it was in my bed
but
because
at the end of
the
the
other
day,
the guest bedroom didn't have a bed in it.
at the end of the day, you gotta take that up with your friend because he brought me there. It's like eyelash in my eye.
The problem is not that my friend had somebody sleeping in my bed, because that's what friends do.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you told me that you slept with my friend in my bed and then tried to date me.
No, I said I've been over there before. No, because remember I told you I said I've been to your house.
You said you've been
before.
in my house before.
And he was like, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it was a social gathering.
Mhm.
When I did that, that was afterwards. And that was just something to do. And I'm like, damn, I'm at the boy house who I want to knock boots with. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little awkward.
That is so crazy to me.
But it was just one time.
I respect your honesty, though.
It was just
That's
one
amazing.
time.
I love a man that can be honest. How important is your social media image to you?
On all platforms, it's just
Period.
I'll be lying if I say, oh, I don't care about that because I make my money off social media. But I would say somewhat important to a level because I live my life out loud. Everybody don't have it in them to get on the internet and do what I do. So at the end of the day, in my line of work, I just do what I got to do and I go to fuck home. I don't get into the whole, I'm not gonna say politics, but the whole logistics of the arguing and the drama and then this country with this country. I don't do stuff like that. I post my videos, I get off that shit and go about my business.
I think for me personally, I care about what I put out for people to perceive me how I want to be perceived. I don't really care what they think back, though, if you get what I'm saying. Like the stuff that I put out, the stuff that I say, the content that I put out, this is how I want to be perceived, and this is what I want you to think of me. If you think different, I don't care.
That's like me with what I do. Like people throw it as an insult. And it's like, you can't insult me about something I put out there. Oh, you do this, that's how you make your money. How you insult? That's not an insult. Now if I was faceless and y'all trying to put
And
me
they exposed
out, that's
you?
different. You can't insult me like that because I put that out there. No one can, if you write your own story, nobody can write it for you.
Correct. That's how I live.
Like straight up, like I put that shit out there. That's what I did. But what I had to like start realizing, like, since that's what I put out there, I don't have a choice but to deal with what come with it. Meaning the vulgar comments or the hatred or lies or people are very nasty. People feel like they're entitled to you or expect you to be a certain type of way. Because there's people that meet me and be like, you know, you're not so mean like what everybody says. I see that's the problem. Y'all be listening to everybody that don't even know my government name.
So now that we're here, how did you even get into content creating and OnlyFans?
I was broke.
And you just thought, what was...
I was living, like I told you, I was living with my aunt. I got a job at Planet Fitness. I was walking to work, probably like maybe under a mile But I didn't mind because I was content. I was happy because I wasn't in no drama. I didn't come home to drama. And then I'll go at night, you know, when I'm feeling in the mood and be like, look at these people. I wonder if they making money. So then this girl, do you know Julie? She lives
Light
here.
skin, tall, trans.
Yes.
Yes.
That she is a part of who I am today. So I got really close to her.
Shout out to Julie.
I was attracted to her. And
Oh.
I'm like, I'm new here. I ain't never really, maybe. And then I was like, nah, this could be a really good friend. And then she told me, she was like, cause she was doing it. I'm like, how much you make? She was like, I make enough to pay my bills. I'm like, for real? She like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I was already posting stuff on the internet. She was like, why you on there naked for free? Like, start that shit. I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get 1,000 followers. She's like, no,
do it now. So
I'm like, all right, fucking, I'm gonna do it now. I remember I was when I signed up and everything. So then I did it. I'm like, man, ain't nobody about to pay notifications. Such and such subscribe. I'm like, wait a minute. This is getting somewhere.
It tell you who subscribed?
Then it does. Now it don't.
I'm gonna say,
Through an
oh
email.
my
Through
God.
an email. Through an email. So if somebody subscribed, when I started, if somebody subscribes, it'll tell you like your email will pop up, such and such subscribe, or whatever. But I know like now, I don't know if it don't do it now, but it'll tell you if you get a tip, if somebody's live, or if somebody made a new post, if you subscribe to them. So then I'm like, oh shit. Now I told her like, yo, I'm really making money. Mind you, I hadn't even met her face to face yet. But we always would talk. Like we were super, still to this day, I'm super, super close to her. I love her. She's part of
Your community.
yeah, she's the reason why I am, one of the reasons why I am who I am today. But I was broke. I did that shit. The first month I made $1,000.
Ooh.
I was working at Planet Fitness making $8 an hour getting paid every week. It was cool though, because I ain't had shit to do. I get to watch niggas work out all day. I don't do shit. And I chill, and I was kikiing with my coworkers all fucking day.
Does your family know that you do content?
I know my mom does. Everybody.
How does your mom know?
I think I had told her.
Okay.
I think I told her like on accident, but I didn't think she knew the depth until I think people started coming to her, which I found very fucking weird.
What was the language that you used when you told your mother that you were a content creator?
What happened was, I think my dad had told me to call him about something, and this one me and her was cool, and I had talked to her like, yeah, you know, my father wanted me to call him because